The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's Thursday. It's Ruch Pregame. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's Thursday. It's Ruch Pregame.
You ready? No debate, cause it's off. I'm too official, got the drip, I got the sauce. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, yeah. Still standing and defiant. Slay the competition, cause I'm walking like a giant. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth,
I see as well. Kate, I feel like I have not officially said this. I've tiptoed around it. Kate, will you marry me?
Do I have to answer now? Or
No, you have time. You can think about it. You can think about a way to say no without hurting my feelings if you want.
Oh my
lovely.
God.
I'll send you a letter.
Just don't even.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I'll send you my address later so you can send it to my house.
Yeah, I'm never giving you my address. I don't want you getting that close.
Oh, I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Corner Booth Pregame. I am your host, Jared Clem, alongside my usual cast of characters. My man, Mr. Matt Ordazzo, coming off of a great Jets win over my lackadaisical, lethargic, lame, loser Eagles. Like I put 4 L's in there. One for every stupid fucking turnover we had.
It's okay because you got the Dolphins this week, and the Dolphins have not seen a defense like I think the pass rush that the Eagles are going to supply to them. So I think with a healthy Jalen Carter and Darius Slay back, I think you guys should be perfectly fine.
Well,
good bounce back.
I would love to share in your optimism. This week has been absolutely brutal for me in sports. Let's recap quickly. It started on Saturday with my Miami Hurricanes going into the half with the lead, then getting shit on the entire second half. Then my Eagles lay a fucking goose egg effort-wise against the Jets with a bunch of injuries. Then Monday and Tuesday, the Diamondbacks got crapped on by the intern's Phillies. That being said, Philly fan Chris, the intern.
How we doing?
Well, I'm down 1-0, so at this point, I'm just going to drink until it stops hurting.
We're going to say the intern Chris, Philly, like Dilly Dilly.
Philly.
And let's not get it twisted. Whoever wins the NLCS, I'm rooting for in the World Series. That is the amount of respect I have for the Phillies. I hate the fact that we're getting our ass kicked this bad, but the amount of respect I have for the Phillies as the team I root for when they're not playing my Diamondbacks is very well known.
Listen, I don't have any animosity towards the Diamondbacks. It's funny, when I played Little League ball, that's the team I played for. So I always thought of them, I don't know, maybe it's like a little second team. But I mean, as much as like this series, it looks like a little lopsided right now. Either way it went, man. Even if the Diamondbacks were up 2-0, man, and they ended up, progressing, I'll still root for you 100%.
Hey, I'll say this, right? We honestly may have found our third ace in Brandon Pfaadt.
He's fucking
nasty. Absolutely. Listen, if that's a consolation I'll take, is that dude is 24 years old, and he's dicing up your lineup. 9 strikeouts in 5 innings. Yeah, absolutely insane.
You guys just scored. 1-1.
2-1?
1-1.
1-1. Who scored? Was it hit?
I don't even know. I literally just looked up someone crossed the plate. Number 5. Goriel hit a base hit.
Oh, so Alec Thomas is 5. He scored. Oh, okay. We're on the board. Yeah. We're okay. We're not completely dead. I'm so sick of Tommy Pham's bullshit, though. That dude is an instant strikeout since the Milwaukee series.
Dude, Ketel Marte is an animal.
That's my dog. That's why I got his bobblehead back there.
Not speaked about enough, dude. He was amazing.
Listen, I love Ketel Marte. I believe he is my favorite Diamondback right now. Like, he is my favorite.
He would be my favorite Diamondback too. He's great. You almost hit
For
a home run.
me, as long as it's not the Houston Astros in the World Series, I don't mind who wins, even if the Rangers go or it's the Rangers Phillies or Rangers Diamondbacks. I would root for the Diamondbacks for my buddy Jared over there, and if it's Phillies, I'd root for Phillies for you. But I wouldn't mind who wins. But if the fucking Astros get in for a 1,000th feels like consecutive time, like no, please give me the Phillies or the Diamondbacks to just take them out.
7 straight ALCS.
It's just insane. And you know what? It's like I don't even want to be that guy.
I just hate it, but it's so impressive. I'm just like, just anybody else, please. It's like watching the Patriots for like another 20 years.
I know. And listen, we got to throw some love to our Houston boy. He is in the building, actually. The Houston Astros giving my Diamondbacks some hope today. Got to give a shout out to those Houston boys. Down 2-0, fighting right back against Mad Max and his bum shoulder. Ladies and gentlemen, host of Insert Name FC, resident Houston super fan, and one of my favorite human beings alive, and a Avenged Sevenfold fan like myself. Ladies and gentlemen, Hector Flores.
This age could mean a lot of things. Rock on, the age, it's all good things. But yeah, man, it's the Astros have been terrible at home, but you know what? Mimic Made Park, aka Global Life Field, that's also the Astros' other home. So it's a
I enjoy the hat teddy bear combo on your dresser mirror in the back of you.
Even though it looks like you're hanging your teddy bear.
Yeah, it does look like you just committed suicide.
When you have
my man's out here just doing some.
You have a 5-year-old niece and she tells you how to decorate your room. You listen to that 5-year-old niece, actually 6 years old. So,
not fair enough. Listen, you know what? Maybe it's the fact I'm drinking a Philly beer right now, Chris, that we're scoring on Philadelphia. So I might have to be drinking this the rest of the game.
Kevin, if you are listening, you are in Vegas. When you wake up the next day and you want to get breakfast, there's a place. I don't know what casino it is. If it's SLS or the Locks. Listen, it's called Hash House A Go-Go. It's going to be a large portion breakfast. He's right in the comments. He's right there.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, Hash House A Go-Go. You're not going to be disappointed. I promise you.
Okay.
Or Jared
That's a good friend. Supporting you all the way in Vegas.
I was supposed to be in Vegas. I got invited to Vegas twice this year.
Damn it.
Man, what a friend. If I was in Vegas, I would not be watching YouTube right now.
Hey, credit for
my
him being like,
microphone was acting like ridiculous just now. Well, either way, Kevin, hope you enjoyed your time out there. If you come back married, I'm kicking your ass because I wasn't invited. We had a pact. Neither of us was getting a shotgun wedding before 30. Even though it's more likely looking like I'm going to be the one who's getting this shotgun wedding. Boys, let's be honest here. I call this week the bounce back episode because last week our picks were abysmal. Chris, did anybody even score above 500 last week besides Matt?
I don't know if I did. I had the Cowboys. I
think I shot below 500 last week too.
I think we all did besides Matt. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I think Matt shot 500 and we all shot below. So
yeah,
that shows how bad last week was. It was a bounce back week for many reasons. I also learned I should never cut my facial hair while my team's in a playoff run because none of my teams have won since I took the 4 inches of beard I had on my face off. Even though apparently I look good like this, apparently I got multiple compliments from my friends like, dude, your hair, it actually is a good look for you, like the medium length. I'm gonna call this the Chris length beard.
That's a clean cut, dude. I'm trying to get the lumberjack.
I'm a beard surgeon. That's like the one thing I don't let my barber touch. She does the best fades on the planet. I let her do my undercut back when I had long hair, but like I never let her touch my beard. The only thing she's allowed to do, she's allowed to fade my sideburns and shit. But bro, I'm telling you, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was in college because I would just buzz my hair. So all my artistry came in from just me doing my beard and shit.
For anybody that has had a beard as long and bushy as mine was for the handful of years I had it for, I can't tell you how happy I am to join you guys in the clean cut club because
that's clean cut for Matt.
Dude, I missed this.
Oh my God!
I think honestly, right now, I think H has got the best beard.
I appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
You know what's funny? Because I had a pretty nice long beard at one point, and I remember I don't know, Matt, if you've gone through this yet, but like when you're showering and then you start like doing this and you realize, oh, there's nothing here.
Oh yeah. I mean, the final straw is when we were on our trip in Jamaica. We were going snorkeling, and I was like like up here, chest deep above the water, just chilling. And then I look down, and my beard is soaking in the salt water, and I'm like this high up off the water.
Yo, that happened to me on
I'm like,
Martha's
this has
Vineyard.
to go.
Literally, my beard was in the water. I was like, fuck.
I'm like, this has to go. The fish are just
hell
gonna
no.
chew on it like it's So I'm like, nah, this has to go right now. I'm
Oh,
so
yeah.
happy to be back in this. I
He's
look
looking
like
like a
I'm.
member of Duck Dynasty.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not 35 anymore. I actually look maybe 28 now, so I'll take it.
Well, there you go. I will say this, boys. We got an awesome weekend of college football and pro football. We're going to get into both. We also have a special edition of the Ruch Report in about, I'd say, 19 minutes or so. For those of you who don't know and are noticing there's something missing, usually he would usually be coming at this time anyway, but Mason has stepped down as a co-host of the corner booth. The poor kid is overworked. He called me he texted me explaining what was going on, and I was like, dude, you're good. You were a great co-host for a year. His 1-year anniversary was actually this week, which is hilarious and ironic because his first episode, me and Matt had him on, was exactly this week. So that being said, to tell a funny little anecdote about Mason, our boy, a former co-host of the corner booth, Grayson Mann, former Northwestern linebacker, is family friends with Mason, and he said, "Hey, listen, my boy Mason wants to get involved with football." I'm like, "All right, cool, I got you." And so, basically, by the way, drinking a monster, hard monster tonight.
I've
Just
never
sounds
seen
like that shouldn't be a thing.
Just yeast on it.
Sounds like that shouldn't
literally,
be a thing.
this is if I was an alcoholic beverage besides the double IPA, it would be a Monster Energy drink as a alcoholic beverage. Anyway, as somebody who drank way too many monsters as a child and adult, Mason and me talked for almost an hour and 10 minutes about football. Never even talked about the show, except for like 2 sentences. And I'm like, all right, this kid is definitely like corner booth material. So, it was fun, Mace, man. You were a great fantasy expert for us for the last year. We appreciated every bit of effort you gave us, whether it was helping with the podcast, helping with social media, and just sharing some funny stories, and being my co-chairman of the official slander group of Caleb Williams, and I believe one other quarterback. That me and Mason, who was it?
No, it wasn't Justin Fields. I remember he doesn't like Justin Fields, too.
Yeah, no, me and him were like driving the hate wagon for some athlete, and like me and him were riding shotgun together with it. But either way, we're gonna do a special edition Ruch Report for Mason in about, I'd say, 5-10 minutes. But fellas, any other stuff that happened this week? I guess we'll talk about Michigan, because holy shit, they just can't stay out of fucking trouble.
Yeah, now what is it? Sign stealing allegations? Hector, tell us about that. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just
I
kidding.
mean,
I'll do these.
nothing,
Yahoo Sports.
You got to ask Carlos Beltran.
Yeah.
Is what you got to ask. He's the godfather of science.
He was last seen in our clubhouse and also in our booth, our announcing booth. That didn't work out well. That did not go well. Yeah. So sign stealing allegations, and now they're facing some sort of suspension or things like that.
Yeah, so basically, according to Yahoo Sports, there is allegedly 2 Big Ten teams that who have played Michigan already, that they were in person, like scouting and sign stealing. Allegedly, they've already been scouting up to teams they would play in the playoff games if they were to make it. And technically, sign stealing isn't illegal. You just can't do 2 things. You can't in-person scout, and you cannot film opposing teams' sidelines. Yeah, they in-person scouted a lot. So this is going to be interesting to see what like old Harbaugh and the boys do because they got him dead to rights. Yahoo nailed it for this one.
Didn't he get in trouble recently, Harbaugh?
Yeah, no, recruiting violations or something. So he had to miss like 4 games.
What if this is how they beat Ohio State? Because Jim Harbaugh was the coach for 5 years, and they didn't 4 years, and they never beat him.
He was Ohio State's bitch for like the longest.
Yeah, so what if this is how he beat them finally after like 4 years?
I mean, listen. Also, I'm going to also say that Ohio State is not the same team it was without Urban Meyer.
No, but this definitely
Ryan Day is the most fake. Honestly, I might pick Penn State tonight because I think Ohio State's a joke this year. I think they were lucky to get past Penn State with 10 guys. Anyway, let's continue.
I would say that maybe this hinders his options at the NFL if he declares to try and get back into coaching. But I still think there's going to be some team out there that's going to just give him whatever he wants contract wise, despite any of these allegations going on. So I think this might hurt him in the college world, but I think the NFL wise, I think he'll still get a gig easily if he wanted to come back next year.
Yeah, no, I
just look at Urban Meyer.
Exactly. I mean, like, what we talking Michigan State for Herb now? So it's like I was just talking about this with Kevin when I was on tailgating the quad last week. He was like, "Oh, Urban Meyer might be going to Michigan State." I'm like, haven't they learned from hiring sketchy professionals between Larry Nasser and fucking Mel Tucker? Haven't they learned their fucking lesson? At least Urban's were consensual. Too soon?
Or so we're told.
I mean, listen, it's at the Chop House, so like anything's up for grabs there. But
and whoever can teach them how to not sign sketchy people should also tell Steve Cohen, like fill him in on that, because this man has gone through so many general managers and head coaches in the last like 2 years. Also, even though that's off topic, but
you can always get the Marlins GM, the former Marlins.
I can't believe we're jumping off, but I can't believe that happened. But that's another.
Wait, I didn't. What happened? I mean, she just didn't pick up her option. That's all I saw. Anything else? It was just that.
They just let her go.
They tried to hire somebody to be above her, and it made it feel like some type of like female GM. They need to have somebody above her to help her out, but like they try to hire somebody above her to kind of direct, like, all right, they're gonna pretty much tell you what to do, help you out. And she was like, nah, I just brought this team to the playoffs for the first time in I don't know how long. I don't even count the 2020 year because it's 60 games.
Mouse season.
Yeah, so like in 1 year, she brought them back to the playoffs for the first time in like who knows 10 years or something like that. And they like tried to like put somebody above her, and she's like, "Nah, we're not doing that."
No, this is.
She also brought a player that was like leading the league in batting average.
I know, and this is why the Marlins are going to be a bottom feeder team for the rest of their ownership existence, because until they sell, they've always done this. They tried to hire Derek Jeter, and it just felt like everything was off. And they just never seem to have any continuity. Like their 2 World Series titles, 97 made no sense. Actually, no, 97 made a lot of sense. 2003 made no fucking sense. They just had a lot of like decent players, and they had a hot pitching staff.
And like, let's face it, Florida is not a baseball state. I mean, the Tampa Bay Rays are.
It is for a breeding ground, but that's it. It's just a lot of guys play baseball down there, but it's not like the fan base.
Which year was the Marlins team that had that where Chicago had that whole
03.
03?
Yeah. That's when they won the World Series, I believe.
Yeah, 03, 97, 2 World Series titles.
But it's just like, it's just not a. It's one of those things where.
99?
What? No, 99.
I'll look it up. Oh, hey, Chris, look up when the last if the Marlins have won a 2 World Series. I swear they won 97.
All right.
Might have been 97 because the Yankees went 96, 98 through 2000.
Yeah, I think I might have that right, actually. And then 95 was the Braves.
Yeah. No, you're right. Marlins won 97 and 03.
But yet I can't remember the customer I talked to yesterday's sales details. Not great. Short-term memories.
This is important stuff.
Yeah, right. By the way, I will give the berry flavored monster. I've now tried all 4. The peaches I gave a 6.5 out of 10. There's 4. I bought the variety pack. I bought it last week. It was like cheap. It was like $13.
I think there's a reason.
No, it's delicious. All of them are great, and they're 6% alcohol.
Is it also in the clearance section?
This is no, dude. This is brand new. This is literally if a seltzer was made for me, it'd be this. I'm not a seltzer guy. I'm a beer guy. But like besides the Mountain Dew Baja Blast ones, I don't drink any seltzers. So this one,
wait, when did Mountain Dew become a seltzer?
It's not good.
It's I know the Mountain. No, the Baja Blast one's good. The Scary Berries I give like a 7.5 out of 10. The original one I give an 8 out of 10 because I love the flavor of Original Monster. I literally had a vape that was Monster flavored at one point. And then of course the White Monster, the goat, everyone knows it. That one is a 9.5 out of 10. That one's fucking amazing. Jesus. I have one left. I will knock a motherfucker out to go for that one. I caught my friend stealing one out of my cooler. I was like, bitch, you gonna pay me for that? And he goes, what? I'm like, drink the original, you asshole. Don't drink the white one.
And a Monster Vape. Does that come with like an Ed Hardy T-shirt and puka shell necklaces?
No, it just comes with holes in the wall.
Hector came on with the jabs
He's
today.
Kyle, bro. That is me.
He's feeling good.
He's like, I got my tap out shirt on.
he went to JC.
I remember there was like one of the quarterbacks I played with in high school. He had tap out mouth guards, and I was like, Kyle, why do you have a tap out mouth guard? He goes, oh no, that's for badass. I'm like, dude, you were $160, 6'3". You about as badass as a fucking tree branch.
I don't know how old how would you say this? I don't know how old we all are here. Jared and I are about 28, but to show my age a little bit, I remember when tap out was cool. Like I remember when USC was like
I was in high school.
I remember when USC was
Hector, you like what, 2 years older than us?
Yeah, I'm 31.
Yeah. So
I remember when like Randy
I saw
Couture,
that look.
Matt
I saw that
Stara
look,
and
intern.
Yo, he's a baby. Leave him alone.
Yeah, I'm just a child. Jeez.
He's over here like he made the look like, God damn.
Don't let the facial hair fool you. He's actually a small child.
Yes.
What are you, 21?
24.
Okay. So he's not that young.
It's like 4 years. I mean, he's 99,
he's
right?
not that young. He's like 4 years younger than us.
I'm still a baby.
Dude, I was only talking with a chick on Hinge
just
last night that's younger than him.
Enjoy it, because when you hit 26, things slow down, and you're not gonna enjoy the birthdays.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge.
But that insurance drop.
Your car insurance drops, your health insurance goes up.
Yup. Gonna hate it. I'm gonna need a variety pack myself.
It's okay. I got my favorite IPA here for the 6-pack. That one I've saved personally. Nice little 2-hearted IPA. All right, you know what?
Talking about Michigan.
Well, yeah, we are talking. Yeah, listen, the ADHD in this chat because I'm running is horrifying. Listen, as much as I love Mason was a very thorough, prepared human being. I know our Ruch Report is going to be out of control, insane, and bouncing off the walls like a pinball machine. I'm totally here for it. Update is still 1-1 in the top and bottom 7. Diamondbacks are up. Marte's at the plate. So go Snakes. Yeah, listen, I told you if the Diamondbacks end up winning the World Series by some miracle, I am going full Fu Manchu handlebars. I'm doing it. There's no question.
You could pull it off, dude. I can't. I'll tell you, I would look like a NASCAR
So here's the kicker. I have to not make the mistake I made 2 years ago, because I tried this 2 years ago. I have to leave hair down here. I stopped it here, and it looked stupid, so I shaved to here and just had a mustache. I looked ridiculous, so I shaved it off the next day. Went clean shaven for the first time in my life since I was 18. And dude, I was miserable. I was mad. I hated it. I was like 6. I got carded so much in one fucking week. I was mad.
So speaking of the Diamondbacks, man, I do have like a little bit of an investment right now in Arizona because I got back into baseball card collecting, and I pulled an autographed Corbin Carroll card. And so I need this guy to like ball out and make that card like worth $500. So
I think he's up next.
Yeah, he is up next. He's number 2 hitter in the lineup tonight. Listen, I love Corb. Listen, hey, Hector, just sit on that card for 5 years. I'm telling you right now, that boy is going to be I think he's going to finish like 6th or 5th in MVP voting as a rookie.
Also,
he's probably going to win at least multiple MVPs. And the fact is, Arizona's got him locked up until like I think I'm in my 40s. So he loves that ballpark because it fits his hitting style. Just hang on to that card until your kids are in like college.
Yeah, who's that ace you guys had tonight? Find that card too.
Brandon Pfaadt, yeah, dude, he's nasty too.
Yeah.
I love.
Where do you get your trading cards, and/or like what brands do you look for?
The Tops.
Tops is pretty good. Bowman has some nice ones too.
Don't get Panini anymore because they're a fucking scam.
Yeah.
All right, we got to talk fantasy football. So, in honor, and by the way, before we go, any final thoughts about Michigan going forward before we get into the Ruch Report?
Ban them for football.
Ban them for fucking life, brother.
Lifetime ban. I have zero
back
tolerance.
To the shed.
Zero tolerance for any sort of sign stealing.
Yo, fuck that shit. Fuck Michigan. Yo, honestly, here's the thing about like, Michigan's cool. Like I will root for Michigan over Ohio State because Ohio State irks me, and also 2003 national championship. That's all you got to say. But one thing that always cracks me up, and obviously, by the way, DJ Stewart will also be joining us in a little while as well, is that I always look at Jim Harbaugh. I'm just like, I guarantee your corny ass will never win a championship. I can almost guarantee it. And this just kind of shows they need to cheat to win. Fucking khaki ass bitch. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
If I was his brother, man, I would just be wearing that ring to every family reunion.
Oh yeah, I am stunting that shit
Thanksgiving's coming up, man. About to polish up that ring, Johnny.
I'm like, hey, little bro, how's Kaepernick doing with that one? Oh wait, Crabtree got the ball knocked down. I was like, I bet.
Ooh, no. Who turned off the lights?
Uh-oh. You still, Harbaugh probably turned them off with all this cheating shit.
Jeez.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Ruch Report presented by SeatGeek. Promo code BellyUp for $20 off your first purchase. Shout out to our friends at SeatGeek. They've been great sponsors of BellyUp Sports and the Corner Booth Podcast. So, in honor of our friend Mason and his amazing year he did with us, me and the fellas are going to do our own Ruch Report. We're going to do a start sit-em edition. Each of us got 2 to 3 players. I got quarterbacks, running backs. Chris has receivers and tight ends. Matt has special teams and defense and kickers because kickers are humans too. I'm going to start it off in the city of brotherly love for running backs. DeAndre Swift behind a semi-healthy offensive line. Apparently, Lane Johnson's playing this week. Also, look out for they were able to move the ball. Every team that's played the Dolphins has been able to run the football. Run defense is not their specialty. It's when they beat you like the Buffalo Bills beat you. They get ahead and they start to pull those pass rush. Bradley Chubb, my dog from the U, Jalen Phillips, they just get after you. Philadelphia is going to learn this week. I swear, Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni pulled Brian Johnson out back, and we're smacking him around a little bit and say, run the fucking football. So you look for DeAndre Swift to have a big weekend this weekend. For a sit-em, I'm staying in the same fucking game. It sucks because he's an ace on both of my teams. Raheem Mostert. I ain't playing him for shit this week. Fuck. Listen, I am praying like Jalen Carter doesn't break him. Like, listen, his nickname in my league is Too Fast, Too Injured for a legit reason. I'm going to do quarterbacks now because, why not? I got to sleep before you. Give me Baker Mayfield against the Falcons defense.
Sounds good.
He is questionable. But only one legitimate cornerback in that secondary. Mike Evans and Baker Mayfield, that connection's been working. They took on a better defense of Philadelphia, and when the game they needed to drive, they got to drive. I was very impressed with Baker. So, that being said, and by the way, Baker Mayfield is now off the injury report. Good news. So, give me Baker Mayfield as a sleeper as a quarterback. That was my little hint, gimme one right there. But my my quarterback to play this week is play Geno Smith. The Cardinals do not have a good secondary at all. And the book's out on the Cardinals. They are a aggressive team, but they beat you on offense. They don't beat you on defense. Give me Geno Smith. That is my stardom quarterback this week. Sit Kirk Cousins against the 49ers. Just don't do it to yourself. Just don't do it to yourself. It's going to hurt you. It's going to make you feel all kinds of sad. And my last running back, because I did this completely out of order because I usually never do fantasy football segments, is I'm kidding. Any Detroit Lions running back. No, I'm fucking with you. I wouldn't do that to you. Give me Kenneth Walker. I'm doing 2 Seahawks this week. I don't know why, but something is telling me to play Kenneth Walker against that very subpar Cardinals run defense. So that's my list right now, kind of doubling up on games a little bit. But, Chris, Who do you have for this week's Ruch Report receivers and tight ends edition?
Okay, so I just redid mine because mine took a different approach. What I did was when Mason does the fantasy, pickups of the week. But for my stardom this week, I'm taking George Kittle. I'm only taking George Kittle because there's a good chance McCaffrey's not playing and Deebo Samuel might not be playing. So the production numbers of George Kittle might be booming. And plus, Brock Purdy's been a top 10 fantasy quarterback, so I can trust him. For my sit-'em, I'm going to take Kyle Pitts versus Tampa Bay. The reason why is because Tampa Bay's defense has always been good, and Jono Smith has been getting a lot more targets than Kyle Pitts has for the past 3 or 4 weeks. So I'm a little shaky on Kyle Pitts. So for my stardom for the wide receivers, unfortunately, I hate doing this. I'm going to have to take Tyreek Hill because
ain't nobody covering him in that secondary.
Eagles secondary is banged up. You've seen Blankenship's out. I don't know if Slay's playing.
Slay's playing.
Slay is playing. Still, I mean, he's a top 5 fantasy receiver, the fastest guy in the league. And my sit-'em, I think crazy as need be, I'm going to sit. You shouldn't sit him, but I would take this guy over someone else. But I'm going to sit Puka Nacua just because you got Cooper Kupp back.
Oh no! Well, also, can we also? I'm going to actually throw you an assist right here. Don't play anybody on the fucking Rams this weekend.
Yeah,
this game is going to get ugly. Take the under. Don't play Puka Nacua ever until they play like some like bottom tier defense. Because, Chris, you watched the Rams game as much as I did. Puka Nacua was a non-factor at halftime.
Yep, and that Steelers that Steelers pressure is going to give Matt Stafford a lot of trouble. So I don't know how much he's going to be able to fire against that Steelers defense. The only good thing is T.J. Watt might be out. Might be good for them. What? Yeah, might be out.
I love the enthusiasm.
Maybe. I feel like Chris Berman there.
Dude, Boomer. He's that dude. All right, Maddie. Chris, is that it for your it for your takes? All right, Matt, give us some defense, give us some special teams. Hector, I want some comments out of you. I want to see how we did. And of course, we got a guest in the wings waiting for us. So, Maddie, what do you got for me?
Well, before I start this going, if we can all bow our heads in a nice 3-second moment of silence to honor the memory of Mason Ruch and with our
fucking
podcast.
Die, you asshole. All right, you know what?
Thank you.
He's dead.
Yeah. I'm taking away your privileges here. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, Hunter Renfrow, stunt double, member of my fantasy team, one of the smartest human beings I know, and the human, I guess, I don't know, he reminds me of 3PO for how fucking smart he is, but he thinks 3PO is a bitch. I won't do that to him.
I think with that,
he's the man who smoked me multiple times on that clown show with TSS Fantasy. Yeah, that's how me and DJ became friends. Is this dude whooped my ass, and it wasn't even close. Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Stewart.
Glad to be here, but who the hell is this guy to my left now? Like, who's this guy? I don't even recognize him. I can see his chin and his face. Who is that?
Yeah, I regret shaving my beard because now.
So you mean to tell me that he is not Hunter Renfrow?
No, he is. It's hard to recognize without the helmet.
Well, also, I literally texted, by the way, before we get into Matt's thing for fantasy, because I love Sleeper, and Sleeper allows me to change nicknames of players. I literally changed Hunter. I picked up Hunter Renfrow this week in my me and Kevin's friend league, and I changed his name to DJ Stewart.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Oh, yeah. And then I also changed the Jags defense to Colts ownership.
That's accurate. It's painfully accurate.
Did you change?
I would love to see your opponent just be like, man, dude, who's this DJ Stewart?
Oh, no. And because anybody who knows me and knows Kevin, we had this ridiculous Madden league for 28 seasons during COVID. Our whole fantasy league was in it. And one of my first round picks was Julio Jones. So the fact that the Eagles signed Julio Jones, and I have some thoughts about that later, obviously. But
I can't believe you had to put that.
Great preparation for practice squad.
Oh, yeah, right. Hey, listen, I don't think you can practice squad for long because this Quez Watkins thing ain't working out.
I'll give him some plays until that hamstring goes.
Hey, listen. Honestly, he got almost a off season and a half to sit. He might be fresh as a freaking Ziploc bag. Who knows? Either way, I literally changed Julio Jones' nickname to Jared's Madden League reunion. And then what's the other one I have? My favorite one is still Raheem Moser, too fast, too injured. There's a couple other ones. This inspired, by the way, the worst segment in the history of the corner booth, where I literally shut the show off because I was so fucking mad. Either way, Maddie, defense, special teams, kickers. Give us some starts, give us some sits. What do you got?
Well, starting with in my opinion, the stream of the week. If you're like me, you maybe drafted a defense that didn't turn out to be as good as you thought it was going to be, and now you're kind of week to week seeing who pretty much plays the Bears, the Giants, the Cardinals, teams like that. So this week, my stream of the week is to start the Washington Commanders defense over the Giants, or the defense special teams. The Giants have been sacked 33 times this year and have allowed the most fantasy points per game to opposing defenses this year. They have also allowed opposing defenses to score 30 plus fantasy points in 2 different occasions this season. Daniel Jones may or may not play. Saquon, I'm sure Saquon Barkley is going to play, but it's the big thing is that even if Daniel Jones plays, I think Commanders defense with that pass rush is a pretty solid stream this week. So that is my big start of the week right there. Another start, I'm starting the Browns defense over the Colts. Their defense special teams, Browns have one of the best in the league and are coming off a stout performance against the 49ers. Colts have lost Anthony Richardson for the season. They have Gardner Minshew in town, who also turned the ball over 3 times last week. So I'm taking that Browns defense. If the Commanders aren't there and you're looking for a streamer, or if you have them on your bench, I'm starting them this week against Colts. I'm sorry, DJ.
I am doing the exact same thing. I have a league and I shoved them in there.
Guys,
My last
mania.
I don't know. My last start of the week in the defense special team category would be Tampa over Atlanta. Atlanta has taken the 6th most sacks and have thrown the 7th most interceptions this year. The Bucks have scored at least 9 points in 3 of the past 5 games and are worth a stream this week. I think Tampa gets a bounce back win against the Falcons after they were pretty embarrassed by the Lions this past week. And then if you got any of these defense special teams on your roster, I highly recommend to sit them. I am by no means starting Miami's defense against Philadelphia. That is suicidal, and I am not doing that. Sit Miami. Sit the Patriots against the Bills for obvious reasons. I don't think I need to explain why you shouldn't start the Patriots defense over the Bills. And last but not least, do not play the Falcons defense over the Buccaneers. Going into our final category, we have the kickers. I have Jared's kicker, Jake Elliott, as my start of the week. Besides last week, Elliott has scored 11 points in every game and averages about 3.4 points per game.
Chicken Little is that dude.
Yeah, well, this should be a very high-scoring game. I expect Philly to pretty much drive this ball down Miami's defense's throat. Plenty of times, I believe they should be within inside the 30 and 20-yard line in the red zone, and I think Jake Elliott should have another double-digit game this week against the Miami Dolphins, so I would start him. Tyler Bass is another one. Tyler Bass, he's been hot and cold this year. He's had 2 straight weeks where he had 2-point games. He's also scored 12 in 3 games this year as well. But New England has allowed the most points to opposing fantasy kickers this season. So when you're playing a team that gives up the most points to opposing kickers, it's worth to start that kicker. And the last one is a quiet one that I don't think a lot of people talk about. Riley Patterson on the Detroit Lions is somebody I picked up a couple weeks ago. He's been a very reliable kicker, and in the last 3 out of 4 games, he has scored 8+ points. He faces the Baltimore Ravens this week, who have allowed the 5th most points to fantasy kickers this year. So Riley Patterson is a start this week and is actually a really solid pickup if you want a reliable kicker going down the stretch. Some kickers that I'm going to bench this week. Again, following trend, I am not playing the Miami Dolphins kicker against Philly's defense because I don't anticipate too much really coming out of that.
I would play Jason Sanders because they're only going to get besides Tyreek, they're only going to really get field goals.
Or they get a couple touchdowns and he gets 2 points, 3 points. But I'm not playing Greg Joseph against the 49ers. There's no Justin Jefferson. Their run game is not there. I don't really see the Vikings really putting up any sort of major points against the Niners defense this week, so I'm not going to play that kicker just to be safe. And the last one is by no means am I going to start the Patriots kicker, who I just realized who his name was today, Chad Ryland against the Buffalo Bills. That's just a recipe for disaster. And that is what I have for you today with my start and sit-ems.
Nice. I just watched the umpire in this The umpire. Oh, thank God he got a makeup call. Thank God.
Yeah,
Dude,
that was
I
a
mean, that was a
terrible,
bad call.
terrible call. Terrible call.
Hey, listen, the call before it was a terrible call too. So that was a makeup. That was a makeup strike on Alec Boom, honestly. But you know what? That's fine. Let's get a Diamondbacks walk off here. Paulie Seawall, Paulie Ice shuts the door on him because Bryce was at second. I was starting to get heart palpitations. All right, awesome guys, great job. Ruch Report was a success. One last Ruch Report for Mason. We appreciated him. We will try to do our best with fantasy wise. Mason was, of course, our expert. We may still honestly just read. We might just text him and have him read it off for him. We'll just read
Never
off
forget.
his text messages. So that's what we're gonna do. But fellas, it's about that time. Everyone's favorite segment, presented by the amazing people at Canips.com. Promo code BELLYUP20 for 20% off. Ladies and gents, let's crack a six-pack. Started off one of my favorite rivalries in the SEC. Bama and Tennessee. Now, to be fair, both teams have quarterback problems out the wazoo. Joe Milton can't hit the broadside of a barn. And Jalen Milroe is a fullback with an arm. That's what I look at when I see it. But both teams are ranked in the top 20. Both teams have aspirations of playing the SEC championship game because the SEC is wide open this year. Let's not get it twisted. Georgia's only number one because they haven't played anybody who could beat them yet.
Yep.
Also fair.
It's a short list of teams that can beat Georgia. Most of them are in the Pac-12.
That offense is fucking abysmal. But anyway, either way, I'll open the floor up. Matt, you're on the clock. You're the defending champ from last week again. Who are you taking? Chris, get your notes ready.
As a defending champ, let's take some notes. I'm going with the heavy favorite right here with Alabama this week. Like you said, both teams have their quarterback issues. Joe Milton, I'm not really sure what is going on with him this year. Bama, you described it. I couldn't describe it more perfect than what you said. So, but at the end of the day, I am going to take Bama over Tennessee. So give me the Crimson Tide in this one.
I'm going to agree with you here. I do not see Bama losing to Tennessee in this one. The biggest problem for me with picking Tennessee is that they may have the advantage Joe Milton over Jalen Milroe, which is not much of an advantage, but it's somewhat of an advantage, I guess. The only advantage they have is at quarterback. The rest of it, Alabama at defense, oof, man. I just, there's not a lot of things I like about Tennessee. They just kind of hung around in the rankings, but yeah, so give me Alabama. I'm not going to waste anybody else's time here. We'll go to the guest, and we'll finish with the intern. Deej.
Keep it short and sweet. I think Bama wins, but Tennessee finds a way to cover. I don't think Alabama has quite the firepower to win by 9-10 points, and Tennessee does the same thing they do in the rankings. They just barely stick around. So they'll still win, but Tennessee will cover. They'll lose by 7.
Hector.
To quote Sandra Bullock in the very inaccurate movie The Blind Side, just run the damn ball. And I think Bama's going to win it.
Joyless murder ball. Can't hate it. All right, we're going another rivalry after Chris makes his pick. So
I'm going.
Chris,
I'm gonna go Bama as well. Keep it a resounding yes.
clean sweeping. All right, we're going to Happy Valley. Just kidding. We're going to the Horseshoe. They are honoring AJ Hawk on game day tomorrow, or on the McAfee show tomorrow, because he'll be there. They'll all be obviously there in person. Now, fellas, only a 3-point. This is basically a neutral site game. Anywhere else, only a 3-point advantage for Ohio State in the for the spread. I'm gonna start with the intern here. Go with your the Pennsylvania boy.
As much as I want to pick Penn State, and I have a lot of friends up there at Penn State pulling for them, they struggle with playing OSU. And I know you were saying OSU is a very inexperienced coach, but if this game was in Happy Valley, I'd take Penn State. So fortunately, I'm still going OSU.
All right, fair enough. I'm going to go with Penn State. Give me Nittany Lions. They're a fun team. They score points. I think Ohio State got real lucky against Notre Dame. I think this is where they're going to slip up just a little bit. And I just, what was the last time Penn State beat Ohio State? I believe it was half a decade ago, a little longer?
Was that the Christian Hackenberg days?
I think so. We're talking Saquon.
Jeez. Last time Penn State beat Ohio State. Let's see.
I think it was 2018, 2017. Because I think, like you said, I think that was when Saquon had the kick return for a touchdown in that game.
Ohio State is 10 of the last 11 matchups against Penn State, with its only loss coming in 2016.
16.
Oh, yeah. Still Saquon, but yeah.
Yeah. Now you're right.
Baby
I remember that game because I was watching in my dorm room. Anyway, I should have remembered that. Either way, yeah, give me Penn State here. Ohio State's had a lot of really good teams the last couple of years, but this is their first year with a little down at quarterback. I mean, yeah, they got good receivers, but it's not the same Ohio State we've seen. They're number 3 because nobody else is better than them in the coach's poll's eyes. Still a lot to work out in college football. DJ.
Penn State has covered the spread in like 23 consecutive games or something absolutely stupid like that. Like even to the point where when they're up 56-0, they're doing a fake need and throwing a touchdown to cover a 60-point spread. Like they've covered it for that many. They'll find a way to cover it still, but I'm still going to take Ohio State. Somehow they're going to win.
Gambling addict.
He really is. And he's cost a lot of people a lot of money and won some people some money too. But I'm going to say Ohio State's going to win like 21-20. I do think Kyle McCord's a little bit better than he gets credit for, just because he's just not C.J. Stroud or Justin Fields or Dwayne Haskins in the last few years. So I think he'll find a way to just pull it off late in spite of Ryan Day, because I still don't think Ryan Day is that great of a head coach.
Fair enough. I don't either. I think he's not even a good recruiter. I think we're going to start to see Ohio State start to decline in the next couple of years. Mm-hmm. Mr. Hector, who you got in this game?
I'm going to say this is a dog off. It's actually now the recent favorite word from Insert Name FC is just saying dog. But this is really who's got the most dogs in them. And I'm liking Penn State's dogs. And so I'm going with Penn State on this one. I think they finally break that streak.
Penn State Nittany dogs.
God, I can't take them seriously with that stupid Nittany name.
There are two of you that have made.
What the fuck is it? Anyway.
I don't know, but it just sounds awful.
It sounds corny.
We're the Lions.
Shit.
I'm like, that sounds pretty cool. We're the Nittany Lions. I don't know what that means, but it sounds very weak.
Just call yourself the Lions. Just keep it simple. Like when you throw Nittany in, it makes it sound like it's not
like saying you a bitch.
Pussycats.
It's the lion from the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, right. All right, Maddie, finish us off.
So this is going to be a very good game, like all of you have said. I think Penn State can cover this game. Two of you had made the correct choice, and two of you have made the incorrect choice. And I'm going to side with the people that made the correct choice. And I'm going to go with DJ and Chris and take Ohio State in this matchup. So give me the Buckeyes. I'm going to roll into the week with cruising through college football.
He's so fucking cocky. I can't wait till he goes like 1-7 in a week, just to be a dick. Oh my god, it's so fucking annoying. All right, one more. We go to the Pacific Passing.
It's getting dangerous in Arizona. Sorry.
It's okay. I listen. I have it on my side screen over here, just checking.
Jesus.
Did I get through? Oh my god! Okay, first and third. Let's go. All right, here we go. Utah, USC. Chris, come on. You got 2 games up on me.
I know, but still, he's just been struggling since the All-Star game.
Oh, my God.
Jesus Christ.
Our resident ginger, Pavin Smith, with an infield single. All right. Utah, USC, one of the best defenses in the Pac-12 versus a team with an offense. Because I don't think USC's defense actually exists. So I'll open this up to the room because I still haven't picked this game yet. So, Hector, I'll start with you.
Actually, I'm glad that you let me take charge on this one. I can tell you right now, man, especially as a fan of USC, as much as I love Caleb Williams, I don't like Lincoln Riley. But I think it's been proven, especially from the Notre Dame game, USC does not know how to respond against a very physical defense. Utah is a very physical defense. And so this is going to be a big test for Caleb, big test for Lincoln Riley. Utah tortured me last year twice. So I really don't know how I feel about this. I'm very pessimistic about this one. So I'm going with Utah. Pac-12 is going to be everybody kills each other conference right now.
Nice. All right. I'm going with you. I'm taking Utah as my upset pick. Last week, I watched Caleb Williams embarrass himself. I don't give a fuck about your paints and nails or how the fuck you want fucking ownership of an NFL team. Dude, you haven't even been drafted yet. The ball's on this kid. Buddy, I don't even think you're the best prospect in this class at quarterback.
Michael Penix.
He's honestly, if you really want my honest God opinion, you get me drunk enough, I'll tell you straight up. He's third behind Drake May and Michael Penix. Like, that's what it is. So, that being, listen, I watched Drake May just drop dimes last week with a abysmal North Carolina offensive line. That being said, because I will not give my Hurricanes any credit for the amount of sacks they had last week. That being said, give me Utah here with the upset. Fuck, at least a cover. That defense is just mean, nasty, grisly. And it's just, I feel like this is where we start to see USC slide. Caleb Williams and me and Mason drive the anti-USC wagon in honor of Mason. Mason, this pick's for you, pal. I'm going with Utah.
So it's tough to analyze this game. So it's going to be a good game. Caleb Williams, like you said, was absolutely embarrassed last week. Now the question is he going to be embarrassed twice in a row? And I have the answer. It's no. It's going to be a USC game right here. This offense is going to explode right out the get-go. We're going to see a nice matchup between these two, but at the end of the day, Caleb Williams is going to win. He's going to go back into the conversation of, is he the best quarterback in this class? I don't believe so. We all know how I feel about USC quarterbacks. I don't need to go down the list. I just had PTSD from that school. Just listen. I just Mark Sanchez and Sam Darnold. I loved Matt Barkley, Matt Liner. I just can't do it. So I'm going to go with USC with this matchup. I got some confidence that they're going to bounce back.
Can't believe you didn't name the infamous USC quarterback John David Booty, who even played for the.
That's my dog right there.
JDB. Who do we bring on the show that had John David Booty jersey on? We had a guest that came on. He had a Booty jersey
on. It was fucking Brent.
Yeah, that was great. That was
any
fantastic.
relation to General Booty?
Honestly, I feel like Booty's actually a pretty common name down south. Not gonna lie.
It's a very desirable name.
All right, intern. I'm gonna take you away from the stress of Game 3 right now. Who are you taking?
I'm also gonna go with Maddie. I'm gonna take USC as well. Jared, I need some points. I gotta pick against you. I need to top you in the standings. So
well, here's the thing: is now you can't even catch up to Mason because now Mason's dropped out.
Yeah, no, I'm automatically in third. I'm in the top 3. So you guys hear this?
That's like the
best spin zone I've ever heard in my life.
That's the best. That's like the Pelicans saying they made the playoffs in 2020 just because Zion was on their roster.
Damn right. All it takes is one.
The man's like, I just got the come up. He's like, I was gifted.
This is the Mighty Ducks. They had like a team guy.
He's not a good receiver, but he's Deontay Burnett. He's like, I'm not the best receiver, but hey, the entire Eagles receiving core is hurt. Fuck it, I'm up. God damn it, Jerry!
This is literally the first Mighty Ducks movie where the Mighty Ducks made the playoffs because the team in front of them got the measles.
Top 3, that's all I'm saying. Let's go.
Also, I'm not going to be a dick. It's still only a $33 buy-in for the jersey. The winner still has to put in $33 of their own money, or 40 at this point. Whatever the fuck it is, it's on you to close the gap. You're getting $65 for a jersey. Make it up yourself. So that's half off a goddamn jersey. I'll take that any day of the bank.
I'll take that any day of the week. Yeah.
Right, dude. I almost pulled the trigger on a Hurts jersey last week. It was $90. I was like, fuck yeah. All right, come on, Jerry. Oh my God, this is fucking stressful. All All right.
I'm sweating my ass off, man.
Well, I have losing my shit because the Diamondbacks are almost about to have the base load of promoters and swing like a dipshit. Who hasn't picked yet? I think DJ hasn't picked.
DJ has
USC wins, but they can't cover that 7-point spread. That's way too high for a team that plays zero defense.
Way too high.
Way too high.
That's a walk. Bases
Caleb Williams
loaded.
doesn't. If
Oh,
Caleb
you're ahead of
Williams
me.
puts the bed this week, his draft stock starts to plummet. So
Got
I
that
think he's
Wi-Fi, baby.
Bro, I'm on LTE 5G plus or whatever the fuck it is because I was just like, screw this, my Wi-Fi is slow as shit. By the way, that's why we're having technical difficulties in the beginning of the show because the Wi-Fi wouldn't pick up the fucking intro video.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I thought it was my
just thought you
laptop
wanted
this
to see
entire time.
Kev shoot a shot for like twice.
Well, listen, I mean, he thank God he wasn't watching with his girlfriend in the room this time. Cattell Marte with the bases loaded. You can't ask for a better fucking situation. Anyway,
I am sweating.
Why? You're up 2-0.
Dude, that doesn't matter. This is October, baby.
Said.
Palms
All
are
right.
sweaty. Knees.
Shit.
We're moving over to the NFL. The Lions at the Ravens. We've got Jared Goff. We've got freaking Lamar Jackson. What's happening?
That's game. Walk off.
No
Cattell
fucking
Marte.
way.
God damn it.
I gotta watch this live. I'm sorry. You guys want to see live reaction?
God
I need to
damn
see
it.
it.
He gonzoed it. We're alive, motherfuckers.
Somebody
Red
listen to Creed.
October.
Somebody listen to Creed before the bet.
I'm tweeting. Catch my death on corner booth.
I can hear my mother upstairs screaming because they just won.
God,
So
dude,
this is why I love. This is why my mom's a shit because she became a Diamondbacks fan because of me as a kid, and she became an Eagles fan. She stuck with both teams since I was a child.
That's a
Now
good
she-
mom, dude.
Yeah, right, dude. Because she grew up a Yankees and Giants fan. I got her away from that abomination.
Good call. Sorry, man.
My family makes no sense, man. It's USC and LA Lakers. That's it.
Fair.
We don't
listen.
speak any English. No Lakers.
All right, let's start up. I'm going to take the Detroit Lions here. I am a firm believer in the process that is the Dan Campbell biting kneecaps experiment. Sam Laporta is going to be a top 5 tight end by the end of this year. Do we see some Jahmyr Gibbs usage? Who cares? I got to see Amon-Ra St. Brown, the slot god himself, in a leprechaun uniform, and that just made my day. If you haven't seen it, go check out the Detroit Lions Instagram. It is the funniest fucking thing I've seen all day. I might change his name on Sleeper to the world's angriest leprechaun. And yeah, give me the Lions. Baltimore seems like the best out of a mediocre squad. They are the 2019 Eagles in that NFC least. Like they are just like the best of the worst teams. I just think Baltimore's got so many problems. This just proves it.
So I love the Lions and Dan Campbell and everything, and the 5-1. It's fantastic. This is what we were hoping to see from them this year. They're due for a loss, and I love Sam Laporta. Like we all know, I love Sam Laporta. He's got a calf injury right now. He's most likely going to play and everything like that. This is a scrappy defense by the Ravens. This is a don't sleep on defense of the Baltimore Ravens. I know they have their issues on offense, but I don't think this is going to be a very high scoring game between the two teams. But I'm going to take the Ravens with this one to edge them out. A close one.
Dude, me and Matt have the exact same picks. Again.
Gee, it seemed like it's strategic. You're trying to catch up to me, so you pick against me every
Yo,
time.
I told you, bro. I need
Listen,
points.
the intern is getting smart here, guys. We might be afraid here.
His
I'm gonna
mindset's
be
like,
free.
all
That's
right.
all that matters.
He's
This
like, if
kid's
I
a
can
brain
pick the
trust.
same
You better
games as
watch out.
Matt. He's like, if I can pick the same game as Matt, I've already jumped Mason by grace of God. He's like, I'll jump Jared. I'll be in second place. And he goes, and then I'll start making my own picks and try and just play catch
Well,
up.
listen, poor freaking Mason was like running himself ragged. He's got the intern up his ass. I'd quit too.
Remember when he was
Yeah,
in first
yo.
place after the first week?
And everyone, we all thought, yeah. Listen, remember how I was in first place for 95% of the season last year?
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, because fucking, no offense, DJ, but I picked the Colts as a gimme because they were playing, I don't even know, the Bears or the Texans or something like that.
You never pick the Colts. You never pick the Colts. Always pick.
This
against-
is before. This
I
is
could-
before we
well,
thought
TD,
that
I
Matt
would have
Ryan
told
would
him
be
that,
bad.
but I just
You
needed the
doubted
points. I was
CJ
like,
Stroud?
No, this was last year. This was when we all had the Colts going. Like
Yeah, I would have
11
doubted
wins
Davis
or
Mills any
something.
day.
Yeah,
Never
Davis
pick
Mills.
that
Fuck me. Now I know.
Now you know you never pick that team under any circumstance.
I just got like 16 fucking texts from my friends about the Diamondbacks winning the money tonight. I was like, yes, let's go. I'm not even kidding. That's like my 18th text. Shout out to Dom and Brian for texting me. They were just like, dude, you're snakes. I'm like, guys, I'm mid fucking show. Leave me alone.
I'm about to be 19.
Okay. Well, you're on the show. You're I'm just kidding. All right. All right. Who hasn't picked yet? I'm still on cloud 9 because Catel's my boy. I've stuck with him since we made the trade for Segura.
Nothing like a nice, ugly game. I love Dan Telica. I love Dan Terra. Obviously, last week I wasn't able to be here on the show because I was at a Avenged Sevenfold concert. So I love me some hardcore Dan Terra.
Campbell Sevenfold.
It doesn't work.
I know. I'm trying here, man.
But I'm sorry, man. If there was a team that I know can win ugly games, and that's the Baltimore Ravens. So I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens.
Because I don't think you know how to win a pretty game, so that kind of tracks, actually.
Wouldn't it be the most Lions thing ever to start 1-6 last year and then go on a ridiculous run? Then this year they start 6-1 and then just fall directly off the cliff and turn back into the Lions and finish with the same record.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be the case this year.
Neither do I,
see
because I don't think
Kyrie.
they're getting a 6-1. I think the Ravens find a way to pull this one out in a very close, ugly one.
See what he did there?
I love how I'm rolling solo tonight. I love this.
I
Nobody's believing-
agree with the Ravens flock. I don't trust the offense in Baltimore. I'm pretty sure it's
Oh,
back.
dude, he is one of the patron saints of Jared. We trust in Jared Goff.
Let's go.
We have to do something to get rid of that abomination that used to sell Subway sandwiches. So, wow,
That was a defensive joke.
somewhat defensive. All right. I guess I'm lone wolfing on the Lions, and I'm totally okay with that because I think last year when I lone wolfed on picks, I was like 9-1. So generally, I'm okay with it. We're moving on to the throwback game because the Eagles are debuting their Kelly Green uniforms at home on Sunday Night Football against the Miami Dolphins. Allegedly, 80% of their injury report is playing, which is good. Lane Johnson, Devontae Smith, Darius Slay, Sidney Brown. The only ones I think are out are Blankenship, and I think they may not play Julio because he's only practice squad right now. I think he's on the active roster because Quez Watkins is out with a hamstring injury. Anyway, I will start off because this is my team. I love them to death. They're the only Philly team I truly love. I like certain Philly teams, but I only love one team. They played ugly last week. Matt's Jets played their fucking hearts out, and I give them all respect. Bob Saleh still looks like a walking penis, but it's okay. Here's the thing.
He's not wrong.
Jesus. Oh man.
Jalen Hurts, nothing is more terrifying to me than a Nick Sirianni team off an embarrassing loss or Jalen Hurts off an embarrassing loss. Just ask that to the Giants twice. Last year in weeks 18 and division round. Jalen Hurts has that kind of that Jordan, Kobe, Drew Brees, Brady kind of, I want to hurt you emotionally and make sure you remember this kind of thing. And I think it was Matt who said it best earlier in the show. The Dolphins haven't played a pass rush like Philadelphia's yet. Now, they're going to get their points with Tyreek Hill. Do not get me started. Tyreek Hill has always butchered Philadelphia. Play Tyreek Hill. He is going to drop at least 200 yards and at least 2 tutties on us. But I am praying for Tua's health because Tua's on my fantasy team in one of my leagues that I actually care about. And I just hope Jalen Carter doesn't kill him. And Hassan Reddick, who has, by the way, since he got his thumb cast removed, has 5 sacks. He's had his thumb cast removed for 2 games. Or 3 games. Yeah, and Josh Sweat's starting to heat up too.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, so give me Philadelphia here. They're going to cover because who fucking sets a line at 2.5 at home? Give me Philly. I think the Dolphins struggle against physical teams, and Philly is about as mean and physical as it gets. I think the 3 most physical teams in the fucking league are the Niners, not 4. Niners, Jets, Eagles, and Bills. And unfortunately for the Dolphins, they have to play 3 out of those 4 teams. So give me Philadelphia here. Maddie.
Yeah, if you analyze the teams, like so, the Dolphins have been dominant. Like regardless of the schedule, you can't take away from the fact that that offense has been just an absolute juggernaut of an offense. But look at the teams that they've also played. They've played the Broncos. They've played the Patriots. They've played the Panthers. And there's another team that they played, the Chargers. So those 4 teams right there, they don't have good defenses at all, and they put up astronomical amount of numbers on them. They go and they play the Buffalo Bills, who have a pretty solid defense, and they are contained. They even play the Giants, who have they're a scrappy team, but they had their issues against them as well with the turnovers. They couldn't get it past the Bills. The Giants showed that they are human. The Giants' just offense isn't that great, but you got Philadelphia with one of the best pass rushes that I've seen. I mean, like I watched 2 of those guys that you named. I saw Hassan Reddick and Josh Sweat absolutely just pancake Zach Wilson last week. I saw Jordan Davis just trample Zach Wilson last week. And this is going to be one of the biggest tests for this Miami Dolphins high-powered offense is this pass rush. Can that offensive line hold off Jalen Carter? Can they hold off Jordan Davis? Can they hold off Hassan Reddick, Josh Sweat, Brandon Graham, everybody? And I don't think they're going to have any success with that. So I think this is going to be a close game because, like you said, Tyreek Hill is going to get his points. That's just how it's going to go no matter who they play. But I'm taking the Eagles with this one, especially with those beautiful Kelly Green jerseys that they're going to have on. I'm taking the Eagles big time.
Oh, the link is going to sound like
Yeah.
like a fucking zoo in that fucking stadium, man.
I don't. Yeah, and I don't know. I don't wish injuries on anybody, but this is going to be a game where like you need to protect Tua. You need to protect Tua because I saw Zach.
I saw Jordan Max Pro every other play.
I saw Jordan Davis sack Zach Wilson and just put his weight on him, and Zach had to be helped up for a little bit, and I just don't see Tua getting up after that.
Listen, Tua has won me over this year. I want him to stay healthy, but he's going to get hit on Sunday.
Oh yeah, he's gonna. I would imagine if the sack line is 3.5, I'm taking the over.
Oh, I'm taking at least 4 because the problem is the Dolphins don't have to run Armstead still. So
yeah,
Josh Sweat's going to be living in that backfield off the right end. DJ.
Well. Looks like we have reached an impasse. What will cave first? The Dolphins' ability to get the ball out into his hands or the pass rush? I'm going to side with the Dolphins slightly on this one because I think they're going to find a way to get the ball in their hands. And the secondary is not quite as strong. Even last year, there were some holes, but you couldn't tell because you're getting 70 damn sacks the whole year. Hassan Reddick covers a lot of James Bradbury getting toasted. And I think Mike McDaniel's going to find a way to get behind it. I'm going to take the under in this game, though. I do think both teams are going to – I don't think it's going to be as high flying. Every time we expect high flying, very rarely is it 2018 Chiefs and Rams. So I think it's good. Both teams are going to try and run the ball a lot, too. I mean, they're but 1 and 2 in rushing, if I'm not mistaken. Because I know the Dolphins are somehow number 1. I think the Eagles are number 2. So I think they're going to both run the piss out of the ball. And we're going to look for it to be like 20-24, something like that. I'm going to take the Dolphins slightly, though. I think Mike McDaniel finds a way to scheme up just enough open spots.
Fair enough. All right, intern. Are we rolling deep?
We're taking the Bird Gang, dude.
Bird Gang, baby!
Bird Gang. Like you guys were saying, man, like you got to get pressure on Tua because last thing I want is him just chucking deep balls left to right to Tyreek Hill because again, Eagles have a banged up secondary. So if that's something that's going to eat them, if one thing's going to eat them in this game and it's going to show, it's going to be the banged up secondary and also not getting pressure on Tua. So yeah, I'm going to take the Bird Gang, and it's at the link too, dude. You can't lose at the link.
If this was at Miami, if it was at Miami, I'm taking Miami.
Unfortunately, yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I think just because like how Philadelphia's injuries are and Tyreek Hill and everything else, I would take Miami, but no, it's at the link. There's a certain point swing.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna go with the Eagles, man. You know, one of the things that me and Edward say a lot on Insert Name FC is I would hate to be the team that has to face the team that got embarrassed. That's always been something that we've said, and it always works. It always been the thing. The Eagles got embarrassed in Jersey. So they're going to take their frustration out, and unfortunately, that's the Dolphins. Though I love McDaniel, man. The dude is total vibes. I would definitely love to smoke a bowl with that guy. But I'm going with the Eagles on this one.
Nice. I love it. No, Mike McDaniel's cool as fuck. And the videos of him when he's in college with the fucking little earrings and shit, that shit is hilarious. Also, the fact that he was the Broncos ball boy and he smoked him by 50, amazing. I am a Mike McDaniel stan because he just kills it for fantasy football, but I think this is it. All right.
He had the most relatable answer about the whole Johnny Manziel thing, too, by the way, because he's like, you didn't say anything? He's like, I'm not losing my job.
Yo, seriously. He is every dude. Listen, because if I'm an offensive assistant and I see Johnny not taking, I'm like, I ain't saying shit. Fuck it. I might mention something, but I ain't going to fuck be like, yo, listen, this kid ain't watching shit. There ain't no heroes in that movie. All right, last but not least, Chargers Chiefs, Monday Night Football. All right, let me ask this. Anybody got the Chargers?
Winning.
You mean the Charges?
Yes, exactly. I spelt it wrong because they don't get a full R here because they have to hire fake fans. So I spelt this incorrectly on purpose. I was going to see if anybody actually noticed.
Do we have them covering or winning?
Charges.
What's the charges on the Chiefs?
Did
Kelsey hurt Taylor Swift?
Yeah, I know. Paying off referees, Pfizer ads, you name it.
Oh, here we go again.
Sorry.
Tell you about the grave turf debacle of 2023, kids.
No, I'm just saying a bullshit fucking holding call, but whatever.
You getting hold. You get off.
All right, make your picks, you weenies.
I'm going to take my upset right here with the Chargers. They are lifetime. Well, Herbert with Mahomes are 3 for 3 in this matchup, so nobody has the edge on them. But the Chargers got embarrassed the last couple of weeks. They're not doing well. Brandon Staley sucks, but Justin Herbert always finds a way to beat Mahomes every year. It's a weird thing. I think also non-really related, but I think the Chargers are going to be out for blood. Usually these are like high-scoring, sling it type matchups. The NFL refs are definitely getting a lot of heat for favoring Mahomes in these calls. I think this is one of those games where I think they lean towards the Chargers, take some heat off of them. I know this doesn't make any sense, but this is just my logic. This is what goes on in my head. They're going to purposely lean towards the Chargers in an effort to make everybody forget that they favor the Chiefs in this one. They're going to sacrifice a loss and let them go like 13-2. So give me the Chargers in an upset with this one.
All right. I fucking hate picking these scumbags, but give me the Pfizers. Give me the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm taking the refs too.
And the intern wins. Can we give him a point just for that fucking comeback right there?
That'll officially put me in the top 3. Because if Mason was still in, dude, I'd still be looking on the outside.
Oh my god, that's so funny. All right, Heck, you picked, right?
No, I haven't picked.
Go man.
It would be really nice to see somebody not the Chiefs win, but I think the Chiefs are going to win. I don't think there's really any much else to it. Referees, Taylor Swift. You can name
Chargers
it.
can't. Brandon Staley's a horrible head coach.
Injuries.
Yeah. Hey, here's the question. What's going to happen first? World peace or Derwin James plays a full NFL season again?
Yes.
Taking world peace. Money line.
I'm taking even numbers on that one, kids. All right, Maddie.
I already took this one. I took Chargers upset.
I know. I wanted to make sure I remember who you took as your upset. All right. Everyone taken there yet?
No, they're still me. And did you know that Patrick Mahomes has never lost to a team with a losing record? He is 16-0. The most random stat
That
ever.
is a fucking mind-blowing but very believable
God,
stat.
I'll have to remember that when he goes.
they've only played 6 teams with losing records?
16.
He's 7-2 against the Chargers.
And he's going to be 7-3.
That's
I'm going to say the Chargers are the first one with a losing record. Well, too. I think the Chargers are desperate for this one, so I think they find a way to squeak it out. And I think Quentin Johnson finally gets the ball. I don't know why they didn't even throw it to me against the Cowboys once. They didn't even target him.
Because once again, Brandon Staley has the IQ equivalent of a brick.
That's an insult to
I think
brick. Take that back. Challenge flag. Take that shit back.
Fine. He has the IQ of an empty Monster seltzer can.
Not even the white
Flag on
can.
the play. Those bring joy.
not even
You
the white
are
can.
the monster seltzer can.
Fine. A pen with no ink left in it.
God, you're
At
gonna
least
get the.
you're trying. We'll let that one go. I ran out of flags, so we'll let that one go.
You got to give him a red card.
If I had a red card, I definitely would.
What about a Thanos Infinity Gauntlet bottle opener?
That's it. We don't need to take this shit. You know what, Jared?
An orange can.
Take that.
What did it cost? Everything.
All right.
He's
I'm
back.
back. All right. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you for coming by today. Oh, wait, we need upsets and give me shit. I forgot.
Whoa! Oh!
I want to go celebrate. I want to go enjoy myself. We fucking want to play out against the mighty Phillies.
Oh, man.
And right now, the Astros are looking pretty good with the
Fuck
Rangers.
yeah.
Three
I'm
nothing.
all for fucking upsets, baby. Even though I did.
Whoa.
Listen, if both teams came down for an 0-2 deficit to make the World Series, I would just say, yep, the MLB is just like trying to create chaos. I'm for it. But
I blame this game on jet lag.
shut the fuck up. You guys got there yesterday. Oh my god. All right.
Wow, they already did a pitch
Oh,
change.
fucking
The Rangers
no,
already
no.
did a pitch change in the first inning.
No wonder the Astros are beating the shit out of the Texas Rangers. Andrew fucking Heaney's pitching. Fuck that bum.
Yeah, I
God,
was
another
gonna say-
Cashman fucking glorious trade deadline. Let me get Andrew Heaney to solve the pitching issues a year ago. He could barely go 5 innings without giving up 5 runs.
All right.
Hey, but
All
more
right,
Aaron
we
Boone,
do
right?
need to pick. We do need to pick some gimmies here. I think everyone. Wait, except Chris. Chris, did you pick an upset? You didn't, did you?
I didn't pick it upset. I'm
So,
taking.
all right, we'll let you stew
Good,
and let you
yeah.
pick one. Hector and DJ, if you guys got upsets or gimmies you think are like solid bets, let me hear them. I was gonna say I would take Duke to cover against Florida State, not to win, just to cover. Duke makes games ugly, and this is very possibly one of those games. I think Florida State still wins. I think their first loss is going to come against Miami just because they are going to overlook the fuck out of them because of who they have the next week. But anyway, that being said, as a gimme, I don't want to take Oregon this. Give me Oregon over Washington State. They're not losing 2 in a row, and as long as Matt's not betting on Oregon, they're probably going to win.
I am not, so you were going to get the win right there.
Yeah, it's like my original co-host Mark Riley bet on the Panthers 5 weeks in a row, and they lost 5 in a row. And we started doing it intentionally because we needed the Eagles to get into the playoffs in 18, and that was how we did it, was just betting on the Panthers.
Jeez.
All right. Yeah, I'm taking Oregon as my gimme. You can mark it there, Big Chrissy.
Noted.
In honor of the late, great, and still very much alive Mason Ruch, I am going to take Oklahoma over.
Only 17-point favorites. I respect the ballsy.
UCF. I'm taking Oklahoma over UCF. I'm gonna have to let Mason know that's what my gimme is.
Ooh, we have
Oklahoma's my gimme.
We have Air Force Navy this week. Anybody going to touch that one with a 10-foot pole?
No, not even a 25-foot pole. If you even gave me, don't tempt me.
Only 10.5-point favorites are Air Force. Apparently, they're hey, listen, they're ranked. Hector, you got any good ones for me?
You know what? I'm gonna call it, even though everyone's gonna not pick against Manchester City, but Brighton is one of the friskiest teams right now in the English Premier League, and I will tell you, I think they can go toe to toe right now with Manchester City. Right now, they are looking pretty down after suffering a loss 2 weeks ago.
Can I take a soccer upset?
No, you cannot take a fucking soccer pick, you bastard. Get back to work.
Okay.
I do love Hector going like off script as fuck and sticking with his show theme. So Hector, I appreciate that pick. I really do.
So Brighton, friskiest team right now in the English Premier League.
Nice.
Eagles.
English.
All right.
I kind of want to hear his soccer pick.
No, he doesn't get. It doesn't count. He can make one. He just doesn't get. It doesn't count towards his 6-pack.
I'll have to look at the games. I actually don't have one. I got excited though when you
Antarctica.
I got excited when you brought up the other football.
Antarctica or
well, I mean, that's literally my job. That's literally my.
By the way, your upset pick can be either college or pro. You don't have to like restrict it to one. I was gonna say something about What was I going to talk about? Shit, my brain farted. I had something to bitch about. Oh, to Philly fans, I am one of you for football. Stop shitting on Diamondbacks fans. We're an emerging fan base. We don't have 600 years of losing until 2008 to bank on. Okay, because if I remember correctly, the Phillies have the most all time losses because they've been around since the Civil War.
Yeah.
Give us a break. Listen. I'm not trying to be mean. Give the
I'll talk to my
Diamondbacks
guys.
fans a break. Listen, buying sections of our home seats so Diamondbacks fans can't go. I hope you guys lose this series for that shit. That's some scummy shit.
Well, some of us couldn't make
You know
it.
what though? I'm not mad at that. That's impressive.
Well, no, it is impressive.
That's
but
a whole new level of petty.
It's okay. Listen, but I hope you guys want that smoke.
How is your tickets $10?
Because Arizona costs nothing to live there. The most expensive thing there is air conditioning.
It is the retirement capital of America.
Crazy.
It is.
Yeah.
Good.
The state of Pennsylvania is an overtaxed hunting mess. Here's the thing.
I know, I hate it.
So is Connecticut, okay? I have friends who live in Arizona. They have texted me. They're like, dude, I'm sitting 2 rows behind home plate. It cost me $190. I was like, bro, $190 would have cost me to be 17 rows behind the first baseline.
You want to sit behind home plate at Yankee Stadium? It's north of like $700.
It's a G.
It's like $700 if you're going to see the Orioles. It's going to be like $1,200 if you're going to see the Red Sox.
It's going to be the Red Sox. Your last name better be Steinbrenner if you want those seats.
Dude, listen, I went to run one Red Sox game in 2004. It was enough for me. Fenway's cool. Fenway's a cool ballpark. I've toured it. I've walked around. Been inside the bar there a few times. It's a fun spot.
That's pretty shitty.
I'm good. It's like great, awesome ballpark. The bar's cool. I'm out. The city of Boston and me, I go for concerts and drinking. That's about it.
I still remember the days that, as an Astros fan, where there was coupons in Coca-Cola bottles, so you can get Astros tickets that way.
Back when the Astros were booty cheeks pre-Roger Clemens.
Yep. Post Roger Clemens.
Oh yeah, that's right. The post Bagwell Roger Clemens teams pre the Michael Brantley, Carlos Correa, and Jose Altuve years.
Jose Altuve was part of those 100+
That's right. He was like a rookie when I was. I forgot how fucking old he is.
He's a year older than me.
That's crazy.
He's a year older than me, and I'm an inch taller than him.
How ironic.
It was
this
a
handsome devil right here.
That was a great conversation that I had with Altuve, by the way, when I used to be a groundskeeper for the Astros.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you swore for Houston.
Remember, I got a ring. So
that's awesome.
A ring?
Yeah, I have a World Series ring.
By the way, my favorite bobblehead right now is this bastard right here. Tell Marte, that's my dog right there. Also, by the way, he's an inch taller than me and a year older than me. So there you go.
When were you a groundskeeper?
I was with the Astros from on the grounds crew from 2015 to 2018.
Interesting. Were you the guy with the trash can in 2017? Was that
no?
you?
But it was funny though because I just watched. They just dropped like PBS just dropped like a documentary about the whole scandal, and it was hilarious because one of the dumbest things was so the baseball operations the bat boys, they got like super annoyed of like the grounds crew like taking the good sunflower seeds from their from what they had laid out for the players. And so they decided to put it in the training room. So like when there's like, I mean, you guys all saw the room where Correa walks up and to get to the clubhouse. So down there's like the little like some training beds where like the players can go and get their taped up by the training staff and all that. And there's like a little door right there where we drop off our hose to water the infield. And I remember I was dropping the hose in there, but then I was also going to steal the sunflower seeds because, I need sunflower seeds to get through the game. And as I'm doing it, I see them installing the TV, and I just looked at them like, "Why don't you guys just mount it up to the wall so that way you guys aren't installed?" Because I see them do this like multiple times, and so I'm like, "Why don't you guys just hook it up to the wall so you guys don't have to uninstall and reinstall it every single day?" And they looked at me, and I was like, "Okay, cool, I'm the idiot," and then I just walked away. So when the whole scandal came out, I remember we were all working one day, and like literally everybody on the grounds crew was just like, "Oh, that's what they were fucking doing? Yeah.
So genuinely, nobody outside of probably the players and the coaches had any idea what was going on.
And video staff.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like, I'm almost
God.
impressed that they kept it that tight. Like,
Yo, Hector,
tight,
your
you know.
boy's taking slapping a beating on him early. Holy shit!
They already pulled Heaney.
He-
They already pulled Heaney out in the first inning.
I don't know why that man is employed. He should be selling real estate.
You know
Because
what?
the Astros are the Rangers are that team. Every year there's one team that makes the playoffs that pays a buttload of money to get them from like mid-tier to fucking good. Montgomery was a great fucking move. Max Scherzer was
Montgomery should never have gone. I still don't understand that trade. Like, I know we needed an outfielder. It made zero sense to trade Montgomery because he was a reliable pitcher for us, and he was just improving every
not. Played
year.
for the Yankees,
Jordan Montgomery, yeah, he was with the Yankees for about 3-4 years.
which really shows how much your team has been relevant in the playoffs, Max.
I
I had no
now-
idea.
So
I
the big
remember
thing
Montgomery
was
when they played against the Astros in the playoffs.
the big thing was that they said Cashman
I
did
always
not
just
believe
assumed
that
y'all were
he
going to
could.
smoke him, Hector.
Cashman did not believe that he could pitch in October. That's why he made that trade. So the whole running thing is that Montgomery is going to be up for a big contract, and they're saying if the Yankees pursue him and they get to the playoffs and he bombs, they're going to make fun of Cashman because they're like, well, you were right, but you still signed him and now you're wrong.
Fair enough.
It's just like it just should never have been.
Isn't that just sports in general?
Yeah. Bad GM moves. All right, we got to go soon. Chris, you got an upset for me?
Yeah. Not a fan favorite one, but I'm going NFL. I'm going to take the Bengals over the Niners.
Ooh. Wait,
Ooh.
what?
That's next week.
That's next week,
Oh,
dog.
that's next week? Shit, I looked
They're
ahead.
playing the Vikings if you want to take them.
No, don't do that,
No,
buddy. I love you too much. Don't do
no
that.
skull. No skull this week. Shit, that's
The
embarrassing.
good stuff.
Buddy,
Take the
scramble.
Giants
Let's
over
make
the
your best upset
Commanders.
pick. Remember, you don't lose a
Take
point
the
if you get
Giants
it wrong.
over the Commanders. Go for it.
Okay, boom.
Pick the
Give
Lions.
me the.
You can pick the Texans.
Take the Patriots. Go balls in.
Yeah,
Texans
let's go.
are on bye, you scumbag.
I know.
Pats over Bills at home.
Oh,
Bring it.
I pitch you Giants over Commanders, and you go Pats over the Bills.
Wow.
That's for Mason. That's for
They will
Mason.
not be held accountable.
Wow.
That's
I
a-
just
You know
told
what?
you that
Listen.
as soon as-
Fuck it. All right. You know what? I'll give the answer in that one. That was a good one. I was actually going to take Giants over Commanders. That was my backup for an upset pick. The other one I had was Miami over Clemson because Miami's 3-point home dogs. Well, I was like, that's just a bad idea because Cade Klubnik does not play good against good pass rushes. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we want to give a shout out to our boy Mason Ruch. He, of course, stepped away last week. He may come back soon. We don't know. He's got a lot of shit to do. And we appreciated his time with us for the past year. So we did a celebratory Ruch Report today. Go back and check it out. It's about the 25-minute mark. Shout out to Ketel Marte for giving me life, hope, and acceptance of oxygen and not wanting to just walk out into the abyss. And, of course, to all of you, Hector, where can we find your amazing contents, sir?
Find us on Instagram and X at insert name FC. New episode drops tomorrow. We're actually also now on YouTube now, so now you can see this face on YouTube now. Not so much Edward. You could just slap an insert name FC logo on top of him. But new episode, we are actually doing a full recap of the David Beckham Netflix documentary. Really good documentary. Obviously, Beckham shamed his wife for trying to say she's working class when she drove a Rolls Royce. Very iconic moment. So we love that, all that. But yeah, another great episode. Lots of great stuff. Next week, MLS Cup is coming up, so you're going to see me definitely be previewing that. You can also find us on all things podcasting. And if you guys are big soccer fans, Goals TV is this platform that's all soccer content. So you can also find us there as well.
There you go. And Mr. DJ, where can we find you and Kelsey's amazing content?
Find us on all social medias, High Low Sports Pod, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all of that. We go live every Wednesday on YouTube. We just did our NBA season predictions on it. Go check that one out as well. Your favorite place to catch podcasts. See who we think is going to win the NBA Finals this year and see some award predictions as well. So catch us pretty much anywhere you catch anything.
Nice. Kelsey continues to shit on my favorite player, Mr. Anthony Edwards.
To be fair, we but just shit on the fact that Rudy Gobert was there. We said if you got rid of the 2 Christmas trees down on the block, then they'd be great for him.
Honestly, once Cat was out, Timberwolves became a better team, but that's my opinion.
Get rid of both of them. They don't fit.
We should not listen. I like Rudy as a defensive anchor with Noel and Edwards. Anyway, folks, you can find me, the intern, and that handsome devil, Mr. Matt. Everything Corner Booth Pod. You can find Matt at Big Wisp on Twitter, me at Belly Up Jared, because X is a pain in the dick to change your fucking name. The intern helps us run our Twitter. You can find us on Corner Booth Pod on everything from Reels, not Reels. Fuck it, that's part of Instagram. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Threads, because Mark Zuckerberg had to be a bitch. Anyway, we'll catch y'all next Monday. We're dropping a show Monday, probably 9:30, 10 o'clock, whatever p.m. Be out next morning as well. Have a good night, everyone. Tell Marte, thank you for giving me hope in the world. Peace.